saw some wild swings.
This is a tough
This
time.
just in. Another major retail chain announced bankruptcy today.
It's survival of the fittest.
The revolution has begun.
Consumer behavior is evolving.
The relationship between merchants and consumers continues to be in flux.
This is a new era. The world has never witnessed anything like this before.
Customers are demanding things in step with their lifestyle.
It's all about
Cross-channel commerce now.
Transactions are happening instantly.
Anywhere.
Anyway,
Anyhow.
consumers today are using technology and real-time information to take control of their purchase decisions.
I feel like the casualties are already beginning to pile up.
So for our business, for every business, the need is clear. We need better solutions. Real solutions, fast and adaptable, smart and scalable.
crazy, brilliant. The time to act is now. Anyone who can provide us with that sort of end-to-end innovation is going to be very, very valuable.
We want to help our customers win, and we're ready to pay generously to anyone who can help us.
By 2013, the total commerce volume is estimated to hit
$10 trillion.
What you have just heard is real.
How do you get your piece of this action?
How do you make this vision a reality?
We'll see what happens in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing
X.commerce. Our platform. Your imagination. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Head of Community for X.commerce, Naveed Anwar.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. And let me be the first to say, welcome to Innovate 2011. I'm Naveed Anwar, Head of the Community for X.commerce. What a great looking crowd. There are over 3,000 over here in the room today, and many more joining us live on X.com. Hi, everyone. On behalf of X.commerce, I want to say thank you for spending your precious time this morning with us. I have never been so excited about commerce as I am today. Shopping has evolved in ways that weren't even possible years ago. And of course, technology is in the middle of all of this. You all know this. You see it every day. Whether you're a merchant, a developer, or an entrepreneur. You're living through these changes. But at the end of the day, we're all consumers. And as consumers, we're finally in control. We've got the access to the best prices, best information, best inventory, right at our fingertips. Anytime, anywhere. You all see this change, and merchants have been telling us, guys, we need help. Because you know, in order to win in today's retail, it's not about who can invest the most amount of money and who can have the best location. It's about keeping up with the pace of innovation and getting ahead. It's about having the tools and capabilities to respond and get ahead and keep up with the trends. And that's why we're here today. Innovate is all about sharing the best ideas and best experiences and giving you the technology to get ahead and sell more stuff. We've got 2 amazing days in store for you. Great keynotes, 50 technical sessions over 7 tracks, great exhibits in the expo hall, and by popular demand, our VC speed dating is back again with the leading VCs in the Valley. Thank you. Check out our cool and interactive conference app. It'll make finding sessions and breakouts very easy for you. You can download it from this URL, also from the Android Marketplace, and of course, the Apple App Store. If you want to tweet today, and I know most of you will, please use the hashtag Innovate2011. And the Wi-Fi for the conference is XCOM, no passwords required. By the way, our sold-out X-Dev Camp is on Friday. And for those lucky ones who got in, make sure to hang around and attend the camp on Friday. It's going to be exciting. I don't know about you all, but when I go to conferences, the best part for me is meeting new people. That's what my passion is, connecting with new people and building communities. So let me just emphasize that today is a start of a collaboration. So make sure you connect with someone, share your ideas with them. X.commerce is a platform, but it's also a community. And our community is growing and thriving with over 850,000 developers in the ecosystem. As our community flourishes and grows, it's important that we get your feedback. Tell us what you think, what we can do better. You will see a lot of the changes that we've made this year are direct feedback from what you gave us last year. Let me also mention that we have over 300 of our engineers over here at the conference. Make sure you connect with them. Don't be shy. They'll be the men and women in black and white. Now let's get started. You all know that support from the top really, really matters, and it is critical. John Donahoe has been a champion of developers at eBay Inc. since he became the CEO 3 years ago. And we're here today because of his vision of a truly open commerce platform where the best technologies get together with the best ideas. So before I turn it over to John, let's watch this video.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer of eBay Inc., John Donahoe.
Good morning. Good morning. How you all doing? You awake? Yeah, great. Well, let me just echo Naveed's welcome to all of you. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to join us for this couple of days. And I think, and I hope, that you come away as excited and inspired as we are about what's in front of us. You know, one of the real pleasures and privileges of my job is I get exposed to so much of what's going on in the commerce and payments world. Because eBay sort of sits at the very epicenter of what's going on. And I don't know about you, but I see an enormous acceleration of the pace of change and of innovation. You see that? Yeah. But you know what? The more I reflect on this, the more I think that it's more than just that. I believe that we are at an inflection point. We're at a period of time when we will look back and say, you know what? We were right on the cusp of transformative change. And in particular, I'll make a prediction, a somewhat bold prediction. I believe that we will see more change in how consumers shop and pay over the next 3 years than we've seen in the last 15. More change in 3 years than we've seen in 15. Let me tell you why I say that. You know, we've tended to think about offline and online. The offline world in commerce is retail. It's an enormous industry all over the world. Retail's been here for decades and decades. And frankly, retail, offline retail, really hasn't changed that much in the last 10 to 20 years. And then 15 years ago, e-commerce came along. And obviously, e-commerce has grown explosively. But it's been a fairly distinct experience from offline retail. Well, here's what's changed, and it's changed in the last 12 to 18 months. And this device has done it, the smartphone. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have been in a physical store in the last 12 months, pulled out your smartphone and used an app like Red Laser or Milo to find something, and then bought something in a physical store while on your smartphone? Right? That's happening all over the world. The lines between online and offline are blurring. And they're blurring faster than I think any of us would have imagined 12 short months ago. And what that's doing is it's expanding the opportunity for innovation. You know, 12 months ago, I would have stood here and said, eBay competes in e-commerce, and e-commerce is a $325 billion market. It's 4% of offline retail, and we think that will double or triple to be 10, 15, maybe even 20% of offline retail someday. Well, over the last 12 months, consumers have changed that perspective, and they've changed it in the following way. Today, almost half of all retail transactions, in almost half of all retail transactions, a consumer accessed the web at some point of their shopping experience. Whether it was researching an item, or trying to figure out what it is they wanted, or finding the specific item, or buying it, or paying for it. Consumers are taking the E out of e-commerce. And today, it's not about e-commerce or retail, it's about commerce. And so the playing field, the landscape for innovation has just grown enormously. It's now a $10 trillion opportunity. And as we think about this future vision, this future of commerce and how it's going to change over the next 3 years, here's what we see. First and foremost, the consumer is in charge. Consumers now feel like they've got a mall in their pocket. They expect shopping to be brought to them. And what's interesting is the very nature of shopping is changing. Shopping is no longer a separate activity that consumers do. Shopping is getting woven into their everyday lives. We see this at eBay. You know, it's interesting, over the last 2.5 years, eBay mobile apps have been downloaded more than 50 million times by consumers all over the world. And this year, we'll do almost $5 billion of volume on the eBay mobile app on the smartphone. And we'll do over $3 billion of mobile payments volume with PayPal. But here's what's interesting. When we look at that, consumers aren't just starting to shop on the mobile phone and finishing it. They're using it as a tool. Consumer may start shopping sitting on their couch at home or standing in line at a Starbucks. Then they want the freedom to decide, you know, I like that. I want to go find a store and try it on. Or I may go into the store and decide I want it shipped at home. Consumers are expecting shopping to be brought to them. At eBay, we talk about consumers want to get what they want, when they want it, and how they want it. And that is what's driving this revolution. Now, this is having profound implications for merchants all over the world. Large merchants, small merchants. I can't tell you the number of conversations I've had with retail CEOs over the last 12 months that goes something like this. John, we need to go multi-channel. No longer is it enough for us to have our physical stores and our website and maybe a catalog. We need to get to consumers where they're starting their shopping experience. John, demand generation is changing rapidly. We just got a couple of people to figure out how to buy Google AdWords to drive traffic to our website, but now the web's driving foot traffic. And we have to figure out things like Groupon and Living Social and Facebook and Twitter. The web's now driving demand in a retail environment. This one I hear a lot. John, we have to go global. You know, retail's always been a very local phenomenon. You know, you marketed and sold to the people that lived around your store. Now these retailers want growth. They want to go global. They want to go cross-border. And this is not just true in this country. Everything I'm describing this morning is happening all over the world. I was in Germany last week and had the largest German retailer say they want to go global, and for them that meant coming to the U.S. And last but not least, what these retailers are saying is we need more data about our customers. You know, it's interesting. An offline retailer knows exactly what products they sold the day before. And they may know how many customers came in their stores. But many of them don't know who those customers were and what they bought. And they realize they need that data to compete in this new world. So simply put, here's what retailers are saying. We're retailers. We love to focus on delighting customers. We're not technology companies. And yet technology is going to play an enormous role in our future. And so what they're saying is we need help. eBay, we need help. And to all of you, they're saying we need help. So you know, at eBay, we were blessed 15 years ago to sort of be right in the midst of the creation of e-commerce and online payments, and we've been part of helping to shape that over the last 10 to 15 years. And once again, we find ourselves at the doorstep of a transformative period. And once again, our mission is to help shape and drive that future. Simply put, eBay, and I'm talking about eBay Inc. now, our whole company, we enable commerce. Our single-minded purpose and focus and mission is to enable commerce. And specifically, we want to enable consumers to get what they want, when they want it, and how they want it. And we want to enable merchants of all sizes to compete in this new commerce environment, and we will not compete with them. Now, we're going to do this through our three core businesses that you're familiar with, eBay and PayPal and GSI. But I'm not here to talk about those today. I'm here to talk about what I consider to be our fourth core business, the one that sits underneath the other three, the one that acts as a foundation and can help stitch together the capabilities, our external-facing platform. Now, I want to just take a minute and trace the history of the external platform at eBay. You recall that 2 years ago, we were the first payment system in history to open up to third-party developers. And at that time, I said to all of you that after 10 to 15 years of focusing on two sets of customers at eBay, buyers and sellers, you, the third-party developers, were now our third set of customers, and you were essential to our future. And you said at that time, you like that, but you wanted more specific ways that you could build things and make money. And so last year, many of you may recall, we stood on this very stage and demoed some really innovative mobile apps and digital apps that embedded PayPal and embedded payments deeply in them. And again, you said, we like it. But you also gave us some really important feedback last year. You said that if you want us to help you build exciting innovations and businesses that payments, you wanted more than just payments. You said payments is just a functionality. You said that you wanted the full commerce stack. That's what you needed. Well, we listened to you. It was also consistent with what we were hearing from merchants and consistent with what we were saying in the market. And so over the past year, we've been hard at work on expanding our vision for our external platform. And today, I am very excited to announce the launch of X.commerce. X.commerce is the world's first, X.commerce is the world's first open commerce operating system. You can call it an open commerce ecosystem, an open commerce operating system, an open commerce stack. What it's intended to do is bring together the full suite of commerce tools and services and opening them up so you, merchants and third-party developers, can build businesses and drive the kind of innovation for consumers and merchants to make this new commerce environment a reality. And I will tell you, I feel this more than ever before, you're going to play an important role. Because the more I listen to merchants all over the world, and the more I see how consumers are behaving all over the world, I know that no one single company can provide all the solutions. Retail is a huge, complex market, and they need different solutions by geography and by vertical and by type of sector. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is work with you so you can unleash that innovation. Now, Matthew Menching is going to come up here in a minute and expand on our vision of X.commerce and help bring it to life. Before he does, I just want to say 3 quick things about X.commerce. 1, we intend to help build the full suite of commerce tools. And we'll either do that through acquisitions, and you may have noticed we've made a few of them in the past year. But these were acquisitions intended to find platforms and tools and technologies that could help enable this commerce future. And we'll continue to make acquisitions, or we'll partner. You'll hear about certain partnerships today. Full commerce stack is what we're intending to build. Second, we intend this to be open. PayPal was the first payment system that opened up 2 years ago. We're opening up eBay in ways that we've never done before. We'll open up GSI once the next technology platform, V11, gets launched next year. Magento was open from the beginning. What an extraordinary capability. How about it? How about Magento, huh? A real shout out. Our company is learning a lot from the Magento team. They're an important part of this effort. Acquisitions like Ware, Milo, Red Laser, they're open today. We're buying them and opening them up. We believe the only way to accomplish this future vision is making it open. And then last, we want to make this easy. We don't want this to be a loose collection of assets you have to work hard to get. In fact, at dinner last night, I had a third-party developer and a merchant tell me, it's just too complicated. I got too many places I have to go to build these things. We want to make it easy. We want to have you be able to come to one place to be able to get the platform and services that you need. So let me wrap up where I started off. We are at an inflection point, an enormously exciting time where consumers will change how they shop and pay more in the next 3 years than they have in the last 15. eBay intends to enable commerce. That's our mission. That's our purpose. We'll do that by creating compelling consumer applications that allow them to get what they want, when they want it, and how they want it. We'll do that by partnering with merchants, not competing with them. And last but not least, we'll do that by partnering with all of you, by opening up the X.commerce platform so that you can provide the octane for innovation that's going to be necessary for this new commerce environment. So I hope you enjoy the next couple of days. I hope that you're able to take away what you need to be part of this revolution. Thank you. And please join me in welcoming Matthew Mendrink to the stage.
Our toughest challenge is trying to keep up, trying to understand their needs and how they're purchasing and kind of trying to predict their behavior.
You know, there's always a new device, there's always a new way, and in a lot of ways, consumers expect us to be there.
We have to react a lot more quickly, so our technology has to be able to adapt more quickly.
Because of all the new initiatives in e-commerce, it is changing for us.
It's really forcing retailers to step up and engage in a lot of different places that they never had touch points previously.
Consumers are pretty fickle these days. They have a demand and they want you to satisfy their demand, and if they don't, they're going to move on to the next vendor or merchant or things like that. So we have to react very quickly to those people.
What we're trying to do is really keep up with the consumer because they're changing faster, and we're trying to keep up with them.
Technology is just accelerating the way we do business.
Technology is very important. It really is improving the customer's shopping experience, making it easier and cheaper.
Well, obviously mobile is a big thing, and you know, people are trying to figure out how to do social selling.
Retailers now have new channels and new means to connect with those customers and have conversations with them rather than just marketing at them.
You have to be accommodating with that technology. Ensure you provide consumers the best, easy solutions so they can do the purchasing experience.
We're always looking for that magic potion to help the merchant be more successful, sell more, because if they're successful, then we're successful.
We all know that the best purchase is the frictionless purchase, the one that a buyer really doesn't have to consider.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vice President and General Manager of X.commerce, Matthew Mendrink.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you, John. All right, you've heard it from John. Retail is becoming this platform game. With technology, you're either in or you're out. Developers and merchants need a full commerce operating system where people can come together. Now, it's not just a platform, but it's a fabric, a flexible, interwoven fabric that pulls all of these pieces together. It's all of the tools with none of the constraints. This is a developer's dream. And it's my dream too. When John asked me to build this at the beginning of this year, I jumped at the chance. Now, I want to tell you guys a little story that happened last week. I'm a father of 5. My daughter calls me up and she says, "Dad, I need a fleece for a hiking trip." Of course, it's an emergency. So it's kind of more of a nuisance than anything else. I pull out Milo and I look to see which store has a fleece closest to me. And it's a Sports Authority that's near my house. So I get there and I pull out the phone. I start taking pictures of the fleeces she was asking for. I'm sending them back to her. We're chatting over the iPhone. She's on the laptop, trying to look for things. And we finally find the fleece she wants. So I take it home, show it to her, and what do you think happens? She's a 13-year-old girl. She hates it. The stripes are all wrong. This one's not going to fit. I can't wear it. So when I'm dealing with this, I'm just one of billions of the consumers out there. And my shopping experience, it's not perfect, and it's certainly not built for me. But luckily, I'm not just a consumer. I'm a coder. So my code brain just starts working, and I'm thinking about this a lot. I'm thinking, you know, I don't need fuzzy pictures. What I need is the ability to just take a picture of an item. It automatically gets interpreted into a 3D high-definition resolution, gets sent out to her so there can be no doubt that this is the right fleece. I started to think in code. And I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one out there who walks into a store and just thinks, man, if I could code this, I could make it so much better. But I'm also aware that not everyone thinks this way. A lot of people are mystified by technology. The merchants I talk to, They see this amazing future, and they want to get there as soon as possible. But as the commerce space just explodes with innovation, there's no way a merchant can integrate all of this technology separately, one by one. They need the best technologies in the world in a central meeting ground. One that has the elegance of a single solve, but the openness that the developers want. And that fulfills my dream. This sort of commerce meets technology ecosystem, that's X.commerce. X.commerce is the most complete set of commerce capabilities in the world. There's just nothing out there that even comes close. With X.commerce, if you can think it, you can code it. And the best part is that it is completely open. Now, open's a lot more than just open source or some semblance of open architecture. It's serving the multiple customers that we have out there. It's giving them the flexibilities they want and the choice. Open is as much about respecting the merchant's brand as it is respecting the developer's independence. The X.commerce fabric is the pub-sub model, and it allows you to write once, and if your application or service is viable, it's going viral. And you can distribute to everyone on a global scale. And the ecosystem itself, this is the way that you can distribute and get yourself in front of hundreds of thousands of merchants worldwide. And these merchants need what you all are building. We're talking about the big merchants, the small, mid-size, mom and pop, online, offline. We're talking about the entire set. So, we have some demos we've prepared for you today. We hope that this will illustrate it and bring this to life. And we're going to begin with the first one. Now, when we work with these merchants, one of the ones that really comes home to us, and I think faces the biggest challenge today, is the neighborhood store. It's that mom and pop who have to compete with all of these online retailers that are huge, as well as competing with traffic from the store just down the street. They have to drive foot traffic into their stores, and they have to build sales. But they don't have a lot of money for technology. We found a store that fits this description exactly. It's a store called Soccer Pro, and they have these exact same issues. At X.commerce, one of our goals is to help merchants like Soccer Pro to grow, as well as merchants of all sizes. So, we took it as a challenge to do an extreme makeover. We wanted to make Soccer Pro an internet retailer. So let's see it now.
Today on Extreme X.commerce Business Makeover, we meet a business that knows all about achieving goals.
I started selling on the back of my truck soccer shoes, goalie gloves, shin guards, jerseys. I realized I could open a business, and I did. I met Gilbert, and he proposed to open a bigger location.
I love soccer. I mean, SME is the passion that I have. It's always been in the back of my mind to be in the business.
Our dream was just to have something for our family and be our own boss.
But with big dreams come harsh realities.
I think we're falling behind just because of the economy is not helping.
We came on board with no experience whatsoever owning a small business, and it's been a challenge.
We're technology-less, we have no technology whatsoever, nothing.
Good morning, Soccer Pro! Can our Extreme X.commerce Business Makeover team bring in some technological innovations to help them score big with their customers?
The innovation starts now.
It's a small business. We need to be on the web to be able to compete, to be able to get the customers to our doors.
Having a website and having people access to our inventory, and of course that's going to grow our business and it's going to put us back on our feet.
Let's do it! This transformation will impact every aspect of the business.
Move that fast! Move that fast! Come on, move!
Can the X.commerce technology save their business, or will their dreams get a red card?
It's going to change from every part, even locally. I mean, once they know what we provide to them and recognize this, I think this is going to be a big change.
We'll find out right now on Extreme X.commerce Business Makeover.
All right. Let's get this extreme makeover started. But first, I want to introduce you to a dear friend and the head of R&D of X.commerce, Ray Tanaka.
Thanks, Matthew. It's great to be here today.
Ray's going to help us with some of the demos today. You know, with Magento as part of X.commerce, you'll get your storefront in a box. It's going to include a hosted storefront in the cloud with software that's in use at over 100,000 merchants worldwide. Magento has taken the mystery out of the storefront. Magento comes with all of the basic needs that merchants need, but as you'll see, it comes with so much more. And setting up your store is far easier than you think. So let's just show you now just how easy it is to load your inventory. Hey, Carlos, do you have your inventory with you? Hello, Carlos. Thank you. This is Carlos, the owner of Soccer Pro. Why don't we give him a hand, folks? Thank you, Carlos. Ray's going to simply open up the Magento store. He's going to click to import all of Soccer Pro's inventory. So as you're watching this, Carlos's inventory is being loaded up, and his online store is nearly complete. Now you're seeing a developer's interface here. We didn't try to perk this up at all, because it just shows you that we're focused on the developer's tools, making it quick, simple, and easy.
Already done.
Fantastic. See, that's easy. So if we look at this now, he's online with all of the complexity of accepting payments, tracking inventory, reporting, and analytics. So after spending some time, and we've loaded this inventory, we worked on customizing the look and feel before we got here, and we're now ready to unveil Soccer Pro's new online store. Now, to underscore the relationship that we have here of the developers meeting the merchants, Signex was a partner with us, the technology partner, and they made this come to life. Signex is here. Thank you so very much for your help on this one. Now, this is great, but it's not enough. We have to go broader. We have to think about this being a multi-channel world, and Carlos has to sell every place in the world where people are shopping. Hey, Ray, could we synchronize this on eBay right now?
Yep, just take a second.
Fantastic. One of our newest features in X.commerce is an integration with any marketplace in the world that wants to come on board. Rather than just relying on driving traffic to your own site, you can send inventory to the places that people are shopping. Sending it to eBay gives you access to 100 million customers worldwide. How are we doing?
Just about done. All right.
Excellent. Now Carlos is selling in Australia. And as I understand it, if you kick a soccer ball there, it spins in the opposite direction. Or something like that. All right. This is really great, but Carlos needs a local presence too. Wouldn't it be great if we could also help him increase his foot traffic to his store? Hey, Ray, can you bring up on the Milo page? Let's show us Soccer Pro's inventory. With that same easy integration, we've got Milo integrated in. This is going through X.commerce, and it gives you the same simplicity and controls. And now you have a local product for Carlos and Soccer Pro. So you look at this whole picture, and Carlos has this cutting-edge technology, which puts him on par with any major retailer. But does he have the right insights? Does he have the right tools to manage his business? Well, he might if he had the right partner on board. And with that, I'm happy to announce Bill Ingram, Vice President of Product and Strategy of Adobe, and JT Wheeler, Adobe's X.commerce expert. Gentlemen, come on down.
Thanks, Matthew. We are pumped to be here today at Innovate 2011. Last spring, when Matthew told us what he was up to with X.commerce, we knew that Adobe's powerful Site Catalyst analytics was a perfect and complementary fit. With X.commerce, we can now bring to all merchants and developers what Adobe does best: measure and analyze behavioral data for large customers. Every data insight is a point of access and an opportunity to act. Analytics are the key to understanding the critical drivers of any business, especially in a digital landscape. It's not about measurement alone. It's about turning insight into action. We also hear from our customers what John was talking about earlier this morning. These insights have to happen across every aspect of business, in every market, on every channel, and on every device. Social, mobile, digital, all of these evolving channels just keep going on and on. From Adobe's perspective, the power of analytics is an opportunity for everyone. Large merchants, small and medium-sized businesses, and of course, developers. The bottom line, analytics drive intelligent business strategy, and that equals more money. A good digital business strategy really must link everything across all channels. It must make use of marketing metrics to drive bottom line results. The critical shift is going from measuring what's happening to using that information to driving your strategy and ultimately improving your engagement with your customer. That's the real power of analytics. JT, let's take a look. Let's start at Magento, where you can find our new analytics product. Right at the top, you can see in one place all of the metrics that matter to any business. Metrics that help you answer questions like, how do most visitors get to my site? Is my product line strategy working? Or how can I increase my conversion rate? These questions also matter to developers. Any dip, any movement at all on these graphs and charts is an opportunity for a developer to improve the customer experience and in turn drive revenue for merchants and themselves. Let's see how this actually works in practice. JT, take it away.
Thanks, Bill. Okay, we're going to take a look at Vivian's handbag, because as you know, I'm really into handbags, right?
Go figure.
Yeah, okay. So seriously, Vivian has just recently decided to take her handbag business online using X.commerce, and now she has lots of questions. Her first question is a typical one, really the question that all merchants start with, which is, how do I get more people to my site? She's tried lots of different acquisition channels, email, Facebook, affiliate, and of course search. And now she wants to know, what's working best? What's the best use of my limited marketing budget? We'll go to the marketing channels report for the answer. And here we see in a nice clean interface that we can click on affiliate and email to compare. And here we see affiliate outperforms email, it derives more revenue. But is it the best use of Vivian's marketing dollar? Let's check that. We'll go over here and we click on conversion rate, and now we see the lines invert. Email outperforms. This tells Vivian she needs to shift her marketing dollars away from affiliate and into email. With just a couple clicks, Vivian has avoided a costly mistake because email is a better strategy for her business.
Yeah, and JT, that's the kind of business decision that we're helping big brands all over the world make every day today.
Yeah, it's totally cool, and especially because Vivian's competitors do not have this level of insight at their fingertips. Her next question is, how's my product line strategy working? Can my customers find the products they're looking for on my site? For this answer, we go to the Search and Browse report. Again, we have a nice, clean interface that tells us what's happening with the way that people find products on my site. And we're focused here on internal search. You know, for many consumers, search has become the default way that they find products. And when it works, it's great. It provides a very direct path to purchase and high conversion rate. But how do you know it's working? With one click, we will have the answer here. This graph is showing us the number of searches that yield no results, and we've got a problem here. At this point, we could call in a developer and link the right keywords to the right products, delivering more search results. We have seen over and over again that this one simple optimization drives revenue and conversions.
So we can see customers are coming and finding products. The last and most important question is, are they actually buying? Am I making money?
Right. And for this, we simply go right back up to the top of the dashboard. It unveils for us, and we can see that product views and add to carts, they're looking good. but we're losing nearly 80% of our shoppers at checkout. Now that's an even bigger problem that we have to solve.
Yes, it is.
Perhaps free shipping, perhaps a promo code, perhaps we call upon our developers again to come in and optimize the checkout process. Whatever Vivian chooses, we can measure results to make sure that her business is on track.
That's right. So, to wrap it up, we see that Vivian is bringing visitors to her site, they're viewing products, and she's converting browsers into buyers. After all, that's what business is about. She is using her own data and powerful analytics from Adobe to make smarter business decisions. That's the reason the top brands in the world choose us to manage their most valuable asset, which is their data. Now we're bringing all of our experience and the world's best analytics platform to the X.commerce ecosystem. Adobe's partnership with eBay is great, but it will only be as good as your involvement. We just scratched the surface today to show you a little bit about what the tool is capable of. Your help will make it complete. Putting these insights into the hands of this community is when the magic is going to happen. We hope you join us for our session right after the keynote from 11:15 to noon in room 2009. And thank you for having us today.
Thanks, JT.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you, Bill. Quite a pleasure. You just saw a massive partner come into the ecosystem in Adobe. But any developer here can utilize this pub-sub model. Ken Shu, a demand generation automation technology company, was one of the first. Sivan Metzger is the general manager of Ken Shu, local and social. Sivan, come on up. Show us how you integrated into the Magento.
You didn't tell me there were going to be that many people here. Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you. Kenshu is delighted to be a strategic partner of X.commerce and play an active role in bringing this vision to life. Over the past several months, we've been working very closely with the X.commerce team to integrate Kenshu's demand generation capabilities into Magento through the X.commerce fabric. Today, 7 of the top 10 global retailers use Kenshu to automate their advertising campaigns on search engines and social networks. But how can the merchants of all shapes and sizes tap into the $8 trillion opportunity in commerce that John spoke about this morning? So payments, inventory, Magento creates the whole storefront, puts it together with the fabric. Where Kenshu comes in is help you get your customers to the store. How? Advertising, or as we call it, demand generation. And not just demand generation, but automated demand generation. Let me show you how we would turn Kenshu on for Soccer Pro through Magento. Ray, should we walk through this together?
Let's do it.
So what you see now is what Kenshu looks like inside Magento. First, we'll choose the channel type. We'll select the products we actually want to advertise. We would choose Google and Facebook to submit and publish, and we publish this off. This triggers a chain of events which leads to actual ads. As you can see, this is what it actually looks like in Google. That would be the ad in Google with a product. And this is how it would look in Facebook. It's a different kind of ad, it's a different type of marketing, and that's what it will actually look like. Pretty cool, huh? Thank you. So the next stage is actually coming back to the merchant environment where you can see the actual reports in Magento. So we just started it, but over time, you're going to start seeing sales and everything, all the traffic that came in from the outside world in the market into your actual store in meaningful metrics that will make sense to the actual merchant, cost, sales, and what have you, what's relevant here. Thanks, Ray.
No problem.
So what did we just do? We took Soccer Pro's products. We automatically created ads on Google, Facebook, Yahoo, Bing, etc. We did a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I didn't show you, like setting up the actual accounts and keywords and defining the bids, etc. And then we tied it all together with meaningful reports showing cost, sales, and other metrics. This is automated demand generation. In other words, getting customers to your store. We're very excited to bring the Kenchu technology to the X.commerce merchants, and we believe that it will dramatically improve their ability to connect buyers and sellers. I hope you'll come to see us at the breakout session tomorrow to learn more about Kenchu. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you, Sivan.
Thank you.
All right. By the way, you can go today to X.com and start to experiment with this with yourself. You can download the fabric. You'll get an integrated and local environment with sample code to help you get started. So please, go to X.com today and download it. You know, cross-border sale is a huge opportunity for merchants, but it is an ugly problem. You've got customs, packaging, returns, fulfillment, customer care, customs, language translation. But the money that flows across borders is huge. X.commerce can make cross-border trade easier, opening up vast new markets for merchants and developers alike. Let's take a look at Bridal. They're a China-based merchant who wants to sell abroad. And please welcome the developer who manages the Bridal e-commerce efforts, Stephen Lee from Mason Top. Stephen, come on down.
Thanks, Matthew. Good morning. I'm happy to be here. I'm actually here to represent my client, Bridal, because they speak English even less than I do. Bridal was a state-owned company for many years, but with the recent change in China, they have been in their own business for 4 years. And only 1 year ago, they made their business cross-border with much success selling in the US. They also noticed that they had a lot of visitors from Europe, and especially from France. So they set their sights on establishing a French store. The first thing to do is log in to my admin panel. Thanks for the demo, Ray. I set up some specific regional configurations, such as how many stores do I want in France, how many working days. Then I update the landing page design, and now my French website is established. I also purchased a new look and theme so that we could have a beautiful new storefront in France. The entire catalog is translated for me. And then we set the default currency, which will be euro. And I set up a payment method. I think PayPal is a good choice. We have decided to offer 2 PayPal solutions, Express Checkout and Website Payment Pro, to give our customers some choice. And we are solving the problem of local shipping by adding a ShipWire extension from Magento to our store. So now let's revisit the original English store so we can compare. Now let's see the French store. Voila, there it is, in English and in French. Thanks. Now bride can find the wedding dress they are always dreaming of. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. All right. You've probably noticed by this point that Magento has been involved in many of these integrations. So I think it's high time that we introduce and bring to the stage Roy Rubin, co-founder of Magento. Come on down, Roy.
This is so exciting, so exciting. Thanks, Matthew. We're absolutely delighted to be part of this new venture. As a champion of the developer community and a developer myself, joining the X.commerce is a perfect fit. We can move a lot faster to support developers and expand with global partners like Adobe, Facebook, and so many others. We are now perfectly positioned to bring merchants and developers together to address this incredible opportunity. How do we bring these 2 groups together? Through the power of extensions. Sorry? There we are. Think about it. Every merchant wants to build customer experiences that are unique to their brand. And one of the ways to do that is with apps. And apps are cool, but they don't go far enough. Extensions can be so much more powerful. With extensions, developers can make changes to the core operating system, and this gives them access to system internals that translate to more flexibility, more power, and more opportunity. We have a marketplace where developers can list and merchants can purchase these extensions. Magento Connect. It's the world's largest e-commerce application marketplace. Here you see some of the world-class brands that are extending the open source code of Magento and X.commerce. Now, this isn't some future dream. This is in the here and now. We have over 4,800 extensions today and over 4 million downloads. Developers are generating more than $100 million through this marketplace. We know all of you can create new value for the merchants and help them solve their unique problems. It's easy to distribute and sell your extensions to the 100,000 plus merchants in our ecosystem. Let's take a look at how merchants discover and purchase extensions in Magento Connect. I'll join Ray. Hey, Ray. Roy. All right, so I'm a merchant, and like every merchant, I have unique business requirements. I'd like to offer more shipping options to my customers, so I type shipping into the search box. There it is. And on the results page, I see the Web Shop Apps extension. Go Web Shop Apps, they're right here. Let's give them a hand. All right, so let's go ahead and click on that, Ray. Thank you for clicking. There's a video I could watch along with some detailed description. Looks great, and I'll go ahead and purchase it. It's as simple as that. I'm also looking for some advanced reporting capabilities, and I'll go to the marketing category, then select the analytics subsection. And here's a list of all the reporting extensions we have there. I'll click on advanced reports. Let's click on that, Ray. There it is. And again, the detail page helps me see that this has the functionality I'm looking for, and I'll go ahead and purchase that as well. The extensions that I just purchased are instantly available in the store and can be enabled with just a few clicks. It's that easy. With the flip of a switch, merchants get plug-and-play innovation thanks to the efforts of third-party developers. Thanks, Ray.
No problem.
And starting today, we're making this marketplace even more powerful by allowing merchants using Magento Go, our software as a service solution, to purchase extensions. Now, every merchant in the Magento ecosystem can shop for extensions in Magento Connect, and developers can reach the entire universe of merchants with their innovations. So let me sum this up with one line. You can tap into the opportunity of X.commerce today through the power of Magento Connect. I invite all of you to connect with us soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Roy. It is a true pleasure to have you on the team. These extensions, as well as the applications you all have written on top of PayPal and eBay, will go beyond. We're committed to make an integrated single X.commerce extension and app store in 2012. This will be for all merchants to consume in any way that they find useful, and that is a huge opportunity for all of you here. Now, we just showed you the phenomenal power that can be developed by extending a storefront. But as developers, sometimes we need to go beyond that. And PayPal has developed a great way for you to leverage the trust and reach of the PayPal brand with more than 100 million accounts worldwide. Please help me welcome Damon Hoagland from X.commerce and Mark Lavelle from PayPal.
So Damon, why should our developers and merchants care about concept of commerce identity?
Well, what we have consistently heard from developers and merchants is, help me find relevant customers. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's online or mobile. onboarding customers is hard.
That's right. And even after the customer decides they want to onboard, look at what they have to go through to buy. They have to put in their email address, their billing address. They've got to put in their shipping address. They have to then wait for a mobile text or an email just to verify that they are who they say they are. So we are going to make commerce easier for our customers. We are going to make it easier for them to stop filling out forms and start buying. That's why we're happy today to announce the creation of PayPal Access, the commerce identity.
All right. You know, PayPal Access is different from other identity solutions out there. Those are more focused on social access, like email, social networks, portals, things like fantasy football. I mean, if you follow me on Facebook or Twitter, you know about my obsession for the Green Lantern and my love and respect for the honey badger.
Honey badger don't care, Damon.
But you know, sometimes I care. The times I want to use my wallet online, I need a commerce identity.
That's right, Damon. A commerce identity is very different than a social identity, isn't it? With that in mind, we created PayPal to make it convenient and easy to shop and pay. With PayPal, you have access to over 100 million customers around the world. And all they have to do with PayPal is one click with the button. They're signed in, they're on your site, and you get access to their full commerce identity. We already have their address, their phone number. We know who they are. And we can keep all of their financial information safe, as they expect PayPal to do. So you get the information you need to complete the sale, and a customer gets the security and functionality that they expect from PayPal. But enough talking about this. Let's see it in action.
All right. So let me pull up my site here. This is tinypay.me. These guys came up with an extremely easy-to-use site that sells your items online in 60 seconds or less.
Wow.
All I have to do is log in with the PayPal Access button here. I'm going to put in my email address and then my password. I love honey badger. I click login. And then I'm presented with a one-time consent form asking my permission to share my email address, name, and PayPal verification status with tinypay.me. I simply click allow, and I'm done.
That is awesome. That's it. Sign up, registrations are complete. Removing steps from the process. Now, Damon, a merchant could also, if they ask their customer, get access to other information such as a physical address or preferred time zone, preferred language. Is that true?
Yep.
So we showed you how easy it is to sign up and sign in. Now let's show you how easy it is to code this. Hey, Damon, why don't you let me do this part of it?
Yeah, I'll take this one.
All right.
Okay. You don't mind? So I'm going to show you my new site, honeybadgerlover.tv. All right?
Honey badger.
I want to make it simple for my users to log into my site, upload their favorite larva recipes, as well as purchase honey badger swag, right? I developed this in PHP. If I were using a blog, CMS, or commerce platform, I'd simply use the existing OpenID capabilities and plug them right into PayPal Access. But in this case, it's a custom-developed PHP site. So I downloaded the PHP bundle from X.com. Let me switch over to my editor here and actually bring it up. All right. So this is my landing page code. It's important to note that I've already registered my site with PayPal Access at x.com/identity. And in addition, I installed the PHP bundle and ran the integration assistant. So the only things left are to paste in a couple of lines of code here. So one line of code actually adds a JavaScript helper, and then I have to paste in a snippet where I want the button to appear. I'm going to save it. I'm going to tab back over, reload my page. And I'm going to shift reload my page. There we go. And it's done.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So with Commerce Identity, PayPal Access fills a really important gap. It's allowing customers to shop securely and conveniently, whether they're online or on their mobile phone. By providing them fast, secure, and frictionless experience, conversion rates will increase. And if conversion rates increase, your business grows faster.
So as you see, PayPal Access is live. You can integrate it today. And if you want to learn more, stop by the X.commerce booth or attend our identity session at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Good job, man.
Thank you, gentlemen. Damon promised me no honey badgers. Having a commerce identity takes the friction out of the online shopping experience, not just for the consumers, but so much less for the merchants, and that's huge potentials for them both. Now, we're all developers here, and I know we have a soft spot for toys. So I thought it'd be fun for us all to go virtually shopping with Toys R Us. So please welcome Betsy Poirier.
Well, hello, everybody. I am hoping you're not too disappointed that Jeffrey the giraffe isn't out here today to make this presentation, but Jeffrey actually doesn't speak. So that said, I'm thrilled to be here today introducing some seriously impressive innovations. We at Toys R Us invest a lot in our customers, in the customer experience, and ultimately the technology that drives that experience. Recently, we introduced Buy Online, Pick Up in Store to our website. And I'm now extremely happy to share with you how we're partnering with eBay Inc. to unlock in-store pickup from our website and bring it to a variety of digital channels, truly blurring the line between online and offline commerce. So without further ado, meet Don. Don is your average dad with a wife, Liz, and 2 kids, Tommy and Mark. Don lives in San Jose. When not playing golf, Don works a desk job from 9 to 5 every day. One Monday morning, our friend Don sits down at his desk to find an email waiting from him from his wife, Liz. Tommy wants this Nintendo Wii for his birthday. Please order this before his birthday party on Saturday. Love, Liz. Don makes what he feels is a really strong mental note. It wasn't until Friday at about 4 p.m. that Don received a call from Liz. She was just making sure that he had indeed purchased the Wii for Tommy. It's at this point when Don panics. Thankfully for him, he's able to find the email from Liz about the gift, click through, and land on the eBay product page. It's at this moment when Don sees eBay's newly minted local tab. Starting to regain hope, Don clicks on this local tab and finds the Wii available in a Toys R Us down the street from his office. Maybe he could be the hero of this story after all. Minutes later, Don arrives at Toys R Us, runs through the doors, where he immediately spots the Wii he wants at the end of the aisle. Victory. Don checks out and smiles triumphantly because Dad had won. It's on his drive home when Don receives another call from his wife. She was just double-checking to make sure that Don had purchased the correct Wii, the one with the Mario Kart controller. It's at this moment that Don realizes he's made a serious mistake. He had bought the Wii, but he was missing the controller. Don pulls to the side of the road and grabs a smartphone. Don goes into his trusty Red Laser app and scans the barcode of the Wii sitting next to him. Having correctly identified the product as the Nintendo Wii, Don notices something new: local results. He clicks, and as if by some miracle, Don sees a Mario Kart controller under related products. Score. He sees an icon for in-store pickup, a true relief. Don clicks on Toys R Us to find details about the item and the local store. And there it is, a shiny new Pay with PayPal button at the bottom. Right then and there, Don knows he's going to save this birthday. So he signs into PayPal, Take your time. And he buys the Wii controller. Once he receives an email from Toys R Us, he knows for sure that his controller will be there waiting for him. Thanks, Don. Don drives to the store, he parks, and he looks down to see he already got an email from Toys R Us, so the Wii controller is going to be ready and waiting. Don triumphantly walks into Toys R Us to find his package already waiting for him at the customer service desk near the entrance. Don is victorious. The birthday party is saved thanks to Toys R Us and eBay. So every retailer wants three things: to acquire customers, to convert customers, and to retain customers by earning their loyalty. You've just seen a sneak peek into the type of innovation that Toys R Us is using and adopting to help achieve these goals. In terms of online acquisition, we have 800 plus stores in the US alone, and only one website. So what you saw in the demo was an expansion of online access points to those stores, making it easy for customers to shop whenever and wherever they want. It's like opening millions of personalized storefronts across the internet. Any ideas that increase our reach at that type of scale are obviously appealing. On the conversion front, we're constantly looking for ways to reduce friction for our customers. They want their order fast, or better yet, they want it now. We have heavily committed to buy online, pick up in store for that reason. And technology that can take that value proposition to the next level is really intriguing to us. The demo we just shared with you focused on acquisition and conversion. But creating customer loyalty and showing that we value that loyalty are equally as important. So we're looking to you, as developers, to help us deliver on our commitments and on our promises to our customers, to make it even easier for our guests to come back for more fun. Because after all, we're a giant toy box. When we're approached by smaller tech companies who say it's going to be easy to integrate, we know it's not. But in this case, Toys R Us was able to leverage the applications in the demo because they're all under the same roof. So it truly was easy. Using the X.commerce fabric, we were able to plug into the technology of GSI, eBay, PayPal, Red Laser, and Milo. And the fact that all of you will sit behind a single point of entry is really exciting because it's going to make it easier for us as a giant retailer to plug into what you have to offer. So I'm standing here today in the hope that next year, one of you will be up on stage with me, presenting our next breakthrough. So on behalf of Toys R Us and our guests, I urge you to keep thinking big. So thank you all, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you. That was awesome. And I'm just so glad I'm not the only dad who's shopping on the fly. So you've heard us talk about the 4 mega trends. This is digital, mobile, local, and social. But no matter how much people talk about social commerce, it doesn't come alive until you see it on Facebook. With that, let me introduce Katie Middick to the stage.
How are you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
And I have the rare pleasure of letting everyone know Katie has joined our board of directors as an advisor. Congratulations for that, Katie.
Thank you very much.
That kind of means you're my boss's boss, so how am I doing?
Well, since you asked, as long as you keep shipping great products like these, everything's going to be just fine. So,
thank you, Katie.
Thank you. So we're excited to be here with you today. eBay and Facebook have been partners for a long time. And I'm wondering, how did it get to be mid-October? We're surrounded by Halloween paraphernalia. I knew when I saw those first pumpkins, it was only a matter of weeks before I saw the first Santa. And holiday season, shopping season would be upon us. Hardest gift recipient on my list? My husband. Every year it's the same program. I flip through magazines, I flip through catalogs, I scour the internet. countless hours spent online shopping, and I'm left uninspired. So far, I've avoided the ultimate in lame in asking him. And you know what? My problem is your problem. How do you help me find that perfect gift? Whether I'm in your store, on your website, on my mobile device. So when I think about my most successful gifts, Nathan Mervold's cookbook. A cooking fanatic friend bought it and raved about it. Tickets to an Alexi Murdoch concert. I didn't even know who Alexi Murdoch was until I overheard a friend listening to his music at work. A Garmin GPS running watch. Noticed it on a friend's wrist while running. We talked about it for the entire run. All of these gifts share one very important thing in common. I found them through my friends. And we're entering an era where that same experience that we know and love, finding products through our friends, can be ours online. And it's these powerful social experiences that X.commerce and Facebook want to empower you to create. It's really been the changes over the last decade that have set the stage for this. In the first phase of the internet, we largely knew what we were looking for and went online to find it. Movie showtimes, product reviews. When we needed information, we turned to that vast, interconnected network of documents. It was pretty transactional, but it got the job done. Effective? Yes. Transformative? Most definitely. Satisfying? Not so much. It turns out we actually turn to our friends and family all the time to help us make decisions. What news to read, what music to listen to, what products to consider. And so it's no surprise that this second phase of the internet is quite different. It's a web that's personalized with our real identities. Over 800 million people on Facebook are their real selves. No more cryptic code names or anonymous handles. I'm Katie Middick on Facebook. And powerful discovery happens when we share with these real identities. When I share my latest restaurant find with my friends on Facebook, they listen. You come to Facebook to learn from your friends. It's discovery. It's not search. And it's the way we interact more naturally every day. When I showed up at the conference this morning and I bumped into friends and colleagues, I'd ask, how are you? What are you doing? And we'd have great conversations. And increasingly, it's those conversations that we're having now more and more online. We call this idea of putting people at the center of your experience, of making people really integrated as a part of your experience, social design. The experiences that are being created with social design are moving us from this information web to this social web. They're changing the web from the what to the who. And I mean, if you think about your own life, think about the last time you bought a car. Kelley Blue Books, Consumer Reports. You thought you had found the perfect car for you. You researched to your heart's content. But all of that conviction and all of that enthusiasm went out the window when a friend responded with, "You're not going to buy that loser car, are you?" You see, our decisions aren't so scientific, not so solitary. A new suggestion dropped into your consideration set there. And a very magical thing happened. Your friends started talking about their car. It's four-wheel drive, so it's perfect for Tahoe, but it gets great city mileage. It can fit 2 kids and a dog, but it doesn't look like or drive like a bus. These decisions are being made with friends. And these real experiences with real friends are driving real results. Levi's decided to create a personalized store based on the likes of your friends. Last Cyber Monday, over 50% of their traffic came from Facebook. T Collection, a children's clothing retailer, decided to run a promotion where they slashed the prices on the products that got the most likes from their customers. In one day, traffic up 3 times, sales up 10 times. American Eagle decided to add the like button to their product pages. so their customers could share with their friends what they liked, what products they liked. Those Facebook referred customers spent 57% more than other visitors. Of course they did. They came with the referral of their friends. So how we're experiencing this social web is evolving really rapidly. At the heart of the Facebook experience and core to social design is this real identity. And with these real identities, we're telling real stories. Who we are, what we're doing, what we care about. And powering those stories is the Open Graph. Last year, we introduced the Open Graph as the map of all the connections between people and things. You connected to something on this graph by liking it. And these connections weren't just happening on Facebook. They were happening all over the web, wherever people found things they liked that they wanted to share with their friends. And mapping these connections, put order to them, made it so that you could leverage them and integrate them into your experiences. Well, it turns out that giving people the opportunity to like things wasn't enough. So recently, we announced that we expanded the language for the Open Graph. With this update, you'll be able to connect to anything you want, any way you want. For example, you don't have to like a book to connect to it. You can read it. You don't have to like a song to connect to it. You can listen to it or add it to your playlist. Think of all the people, brands, content services you connect to every day in your offline life. Now, this can be a part of your online life too. So what does this mean for commerce? Well, customers can do more than just like your products. They can own them, want them, love them, recommend them, add them to their wish list, and more. And when they do, they become a resource to their friends. I own a Townie cruiser bike. When my friends are looking for a bike, especially a cruiser, I'm going to hear from them. Or friends can ask friends that age-old question we hear at malls every single day. Does this look good on me? And product inspirations come from our friends. Concert tickets isn't just an idea that comes from listening to your friends' music at work, but listening to their music online. And imagine a world where all of your friends and family can share with you what they want from all over the web as simply as they tell you what they like today. With each Facebook user having an average of 130 friends, social design takes word-of-mouth marketing and puts a bullhorn to it. X.commerce has been very quick to embrace this social opportunity. They're moving fast, and today we have some exciting news. Magento developers will be able to seamlessly integrate Open Graph actions into their applications with the Magento toolset. It's good. It's great. People are going to be able to tell their product stories, share their interests in your shopping experience. What's more, these capabilities will soon be coming to GSI developers as well. A seamless, simple way to make your experience more fun, more efficient, and more social. So X.commerce is using the Facebook platform to empower users to be able to share their stories and share their shopping interests, to enable retailers to take advantage of the social web and take advantage of word-of-mouth marketing, and give developers like you the technology to break new ground. There's an infinite number of great applications to be built. Open Graph is giving you the tools to build this new world for retailers and consumers everywhere. It just might be someone here in this room today who builds that definitive shopping application that reinvents shopping as we know it because it has people at the center. We look forward to working with all of you to bring social commerce to life. Let's go make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Katie.
Thank you.
All right, it should be clear, this is a huge thing going on right here. I'm so thrilled for the opportunity for developers to work with Facebook through the X.commerce platform. So if this whole X.commerce wasn't clear to you when you started, I think and I hope that you've got a better sense as just to how fast commerce is moving. And this is creating a huge opportunity for all of you. Developers are making real money, and this is today. You've generated well over $1 billion across the ecosystem. And this is from Magento with its 4,600 extensions, PayPal with 2,600 applications, all the way to eBay with its 50 million listings going through 16,000 applications. And there is plenty of room for more. As John mentioned earlier, there's no e-commerce anymore. It's just commerce. And that is an $8 trillion market. Forrester has already stated that merchants plan to increase their spend on technology tenfold. And that is a huge opportunity. It's incredibly exciting, and I hope that you all are ready to take part. It is a green field out there, and a Magento and X.commerce is giving you a huge lead. For eBay Inc., X.commerce is a natural extension of our vision and mission. eBay connects buyers and sellers. And now, X.commerce is connecting sellers and developers. We're inviting all of you to join us and to make your ideas a reality, a profitable reality. So let's talk, let's share ideas, and most importantly, let's have fun. Please, thank you. Enjoy the conference.
Thank you, Matthew, and thank you for all the great presenters who shared their vision with you this morning. What a way to get day one kicked off. I hope you all are as inspired as I am. The future of commerce is here today. All right, now that we have casted our vision, it's time to get that next level of details, and we've got some great breakout sessions for you all. It's time you go and learn what you can do with the X.commerce platform. It's time to see where you take our platform and build your vision around it. As I mentioned, developer conferences are not just about announcements. It is also about meeting new people and getting engaged and sharing your ideas. So make sure you make a new connection today. Make sure you talk to our engineers. And don't forget to check out the great expo hall where our partners are showing their greatest product innovations. We'll be back over here at 4 p.m. today, and you do not want to miss today's evening keynote, Blake Mykowski. This is truly an amazing story for a business that is being built in today's reality. I'll see you this afternoon. Now go have some fun. Thank you all.